Well, beautiful people out there today as well. I'm here on the live streaming and I'm so much excited and so much concerned with the world global political situation of all the, um, global around. So as a political, conscious person, I'm here to talk about actually what is the scenario that we need to understand, that we need to go thoroughly with the idea of, critical, a thought that we conscious citizens should have. What I want to relate today's, live streaming is that more or less, if you beautiful audiences, listeners, viewers are following me and going through with the live that I am over here can easily understand that I always talk about the imbalances or also the concern issues that are directly related to the whether Nepali citizen, whether British citizen, whether Bangladeshi, or let's say whether American citizen. All in all, I all talk about that is concerned with the life of all public around the world. So today I have picked off the very important article that is published on on the very authentic site, that is opendemocracy.net. It is about the article that is related to Bangladesh, that we all people right now have the ideas what is going on in Bangladesh, right? What is the condition? What are the reasons behind the topple down situation of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina? And there is actually political chaos going on right now in Bangladesh, and I am as a very much concerned person in political issues is here to read out the essays, or let's say to read out the article that is very much important about Bangladesh, and it is also very much important to go through with such an article to open our actual eye, and we need to be very much conscious and the impacts, the results, the results, consequences that what Bangladesh revolution, or what the you know that battle against the government by from protesters have left for all the world around here. So I am here to read it, the article. It is actually home analysis, and it is written by Nandini Anaira Archer, and the topic is student toppled the prime minister, but what next for Bangladesh? After Sheikh Hasina fled the country, protesters are dreaming of the democratic future they want. 8 August 2024, 3:41 a.m. Bangladesh student protests are celebrating victory in the so-called Gen Z revolution. After just over a month, they have managed to topple Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, who critics say has ruled the country with an iron fist for the past 15 years. Hasina has resigned and fled to devouring India in an exit that seems abrupt to many. Her initial seems abrupt to many. Her in an exit that seems abrupt to many, her initial response to the protest was one of the repression and police violence, typical of her autocratic leaderships, which led to the deaths of almost 200 people in recent weeks. The protests began last month after the High Court reinstated a quota system for government jobs, which meant less than half of roles were assigned on merit alone, with a third reserved for relatives of freedom fighters in the 1971 war for independence from Pakistan. The quota system had previously been scrapped in 2018. Now that the country is in the hands of opposition, students, and an interim caretaker government, Bangladeshis are daring to imagine what the future looks like in one of the largest democracies in the world. But how did they get there? Here, why were the students go and so organized, and what's next for them to better understand? Open Democracy spoke with MD Shafiquel Islam, or researchers and a former student of the University of Dhaka, and Farah Kabir, director for the Action Art in Bangladesh, who have been following the events on ground. These interviews have been edited for length and for clarity. Open Democracy, to help our international readers understand better, please can you explain this controversial quota system that seemingly sparked this protest, why it is so disliked, and what is the larger history and context? Shafiquel Islam, some 56% of government jobs were reserved for certain quotas. The breakdown was 30% reserved for descendants of freedom fighters, 10% for women, 10% for people living in poor districts, 5% for ethnic minorities, and 1% for people living with disabilities. Our education system has improved over the past decade, and more graduates are now coming to the job market. Many of these young people aspire for government jobs for various regions, including support financial stability and long-term employment opportunities. Some would even spend years preparing for a series of annual exams in the hopes that good results would help them to secure a role with the government. In 2018, there was a considerable amount of agitation against the quota system after some attempts at suppressing protesters with a moderate force. The government scrapped the quota system for upper level government jobs, which are higher paid and higher ranking and are usually called first and second class jobs. It still applied for third and fourth level jobs. But then this year, that decision was overturned by the High Court in response to a petition from ex freedom fighters and veterans. This created a fresh problem and a fresh round of protest. There were new faces on the streets, a new generation, and more energy. The government again deployed repressive tactics. Almost 200 protesters were killed, and protest movement soon morphed into a revelation or fight for justice and accountability. Farah Kabir, young people consider the quota system discriminatory and politically motivated, particularly the 30% reserved for family and friends of freedom fighters. Meanwhile, the education system produces hundreds of thousands of general graduates, failing to meet the demands of the job market and creating expectations of white collar jobs. 41% of the young people are not in education, employment, or training. In addition, students and common people were frustrated because of the highly corrupt practices in public service, shrinking spaces for the freedom of the speech and expression, and growing economic hardship with a high inflation rate. All these aspects created a background for the outburst and toppled the government. Open democracy, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's government has often been credited with overseeing vast economic progress in the country, lifting Bangladeshis out of poverty. What even seems like she even started her political career as a pro-democracy icon. But in recent years, she has been accused of becoming an autocrat, cracking down on all opposition and violating human rights. What went wrong exactly? Why did she become so controversial? Farakavir, absolute state structures and undemocratic practices of the state institutions, including the political parties, made her an absolute ruler. There were examples of gross violation of human rights, particularly when her government was accused of suppressing free speech and opposition voices. She has been accused of curtailing democratic practices, even though she launched a few social protection programs for the people living in poverty and exclusion, and is created for restraining extremist militant groups and extremist ideology. Gradually, suppression of opposition voices inside and outside of her party made her an absolute ruler, often disregarding the issues of common people. While under her leadership, Bangladesh made significant economic progress, reporting 7.2% GDP growth in 2022. It primarily benefited at the wealthiest 10% of the population, who now control 41% of the total income. Shafiqul Islam, as a growing economy, Bangladesh saw the expansion of a kind of a state that has considerable resources and strength at its disposal, which inevitably included technologies of surveillance, lethal forces, and other forces of persecution. She kept a close-knit circle, approved political positions for a few close allies, and cracked down on opposition, with the people increasingly feeling that the quota system fed into this corruption. Society was split into two groups of people with huge differences between them, a vast underclass and a growing urban middle class. The new surveillance and control tactics were a source of concern for both the middle class and the working class. So, the main radical impulse of this moment was against authoritarian tendencies of the government. At least this was the rhetoric that united the middle class, that provided a bulk of energy for the moment. This impulse should be preserved. But also, this moment is much more than a Gen Z revolution. The new generation of the people that we are celebrating goes beyond Gen Z and encompasses a new kind of time and politics. For instance, a lot of investment has been put into IT, manufacturing, and other industries in the last decades, creating a new class of people. A complicated unity has now formed between various factions, including some popular intellectuals and people of all walks of life that went out on the streets to fight the Polish force. While demographics changed and new communication technologies emerged, providing a different kind of public space for people to organize politics, and the government remained somewhat old and repressive. There was no meaningful way to address any of this injustice, so the street often became the place to contest some key tenets of Hasina's government. Open democracy now that the prime minister has fled the country and the students have won. What's next for this revolution? Are you concerned that there might be a caretaker military government, and what does this mean for human rights and democracy going forward? Shafqual Islam. This is the most important question right now. There have been some developments in the past 48 hours. Students met with the government leaders yesterday and were assured that Muhammad Yunus, Bangladesh Nobel laureate, will head an interim government. For the good news for the students is that the panel of the individuals they proposed to help in this interim period and now also being appointed to work alongside Yunus. But important questions remain. What kind of activities or reforms will be undertaken by this new government? Corruption, mass unemployment, and climate crisis all remain issues for the new government to deal with in the new unstable nation. Governance is a complicated phenomenon for our country for this scale, and we will need all of our efforts to keep it together, especially with remaining in touch with the large groups of people outside the capital who have long been excluded from local politics. When we are thinking about the future, we also need to think about the continuous nature of any revolution and how it must keep responding to the will of the people. In the past few unstable days, sadly, there has been some sporadic looting and vandalism and some violence targeted at those loyal to the Hasina's government, but on the whole, the streets look more peaceful. Citizen groups are forming novel kinds of activism, including neighborhood watch groups based on phone apps to ensure a sense of security and to curb misinformation in the crucial point of politics. I have just seen a small clip of video where many more people are on the streets celebrating those from ordinary working class backgrounds, mostly women, keen to protect their selves and houses at this transitional moment. Our descent to ordinary from extraordinary moments is a crucial part of the social lives, as anthropologist Vinadash would say. For a Kavir, the likelihood of a caretaker military government appears to be low, as the army has not given any such indication and has been working closely with the president and the leaders and organizers of the student movement in forming an interim government. The last military backed caretaker government in Bangladesh was from 2007 to 2008 and was a result of a direct takeover by the then chief of the army staff. It is unprecedented in the history of the country and perhaps in most parts of the world that representatives of the students and young people are directly deciding who will be the members of the interim government of our country. They have made it abundantly clear that they will not accept any other proposition from any entity, whether the military or the president. Currently, power and the leaderships are held by the Coordination Committee of Anti-Discrimination Student Movements on behalf of the people. They are providing on updates to the public through social and other media statement. As the situation improves, students and people are managing the situation by ensuring the security majority of the people NHS, controlling traffic and providing all the emergency services through voluntary activism. The beauty of the people's power and the democracy is being unless we hope the human rights situation will improve very quickly as the interim government takes power today or tomorrow. Democracy and democratic rules will soon be established with a major reformation of the constitution and institutions. The mass uprising has brought about a transformation in the mindset of the masses and the students. This transformed mindset will be the main spirit in building the new Bangladesh of the future, ensuring human rights and democracy. Okay, this is the very crucial article that is written, very critically by Nandini. Thank you for her for giving such a valuable information for we public over here. So I put. Her opinion, or including the opinion of the the university veteran professor, and your important ideas or critically crafted view on the situation that is actually going on in Bangladesh. Actually, right now, what is the condition over here is that the whole eye of the entire nation is is over on Bangladesh situation. So it can be, it can be the greatest inspiration and, very much powerful lesson to the people around the world. And definitely it has already created history that if the student, if the common people and civic society are not satisfied with the ruling government. Actually, I want to say the dictatorial rule. Then definitely there will gonna the situation of these Sheikh Hasina, as there has been talk of the town is that she has been becoming so dictator, and she is not giving actually her in her attention to address the actual complication, actual problem that the people from root level they are going on, especially the student and common people like us. So because of the nature that she is has been developing in herself, has become the major region to topple down her one regime in Bangladesh. So Bangladesh right now is the lively example who has said that dictatorship alone cannot lead the country's rule and progress a lot. Though there can be seen the some share of shine of progress in economical situation, or there is a very increasing sort of GDP over in Bangladesh, but still the citizen, especially the students, the public, they are not actually satisfied with the rule, with the tenure that the Sheikh Hasina, as she is following so far. So ultimately her dictatorial, her autocratic system of ruling other people has finally toppled down, and she is compelled to flee and take asylum in India. And finally, there is a news that she has already fled and taking asylum in Great Britain right now. This is the concern of whole, people right now, especially who wants positive transformation in the field of economy, in the field of education, and in the field of cultural development so far. So I have just read it about, and right now I want to, I want to plunge into other, the topic, that is who is Unish. Okay, who is Unish? Unish. Unish. Mm-hmm. It is very much important to, uh, it is very much important to know about right now what is the current situation that is going on over here. So to make you inform, actually to give you information, I'm here to talk about. Okay, okay. Here is Jagat Buddha. Oh, are you Nepali? Yes, brother. I'm Nepali. Thank you so much. Bin is my name. I subscribe. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for your nice, support and lovely comment for you, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, right now I'm going to, plunge into the other topic. Right now it is very important, and it is, I think you are also so much curious to know about Muhammad Yunus, chief advisor of Bangladesh. Okay, I'm reading it out from Wikipedia. I need to, open the source. If I'm not opening the source and reading out, then it can take a plagiarism. So I'm talking about, the very, talk of the town, hot cake of right now over here, Yunus, Muhammad Yunus, and you will know more about him. Okay. Muhammad Yunus, born 28 June 1940, is a Bangladeshi entrepreneur, banker, economist, politician, and civil society leader who has been serving as a chief minister of the interim government of Bangladesh since 8 August 2024. Yunus was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 2006 for founding the Grameen Bank and pioneering the concept of micro credit and microfinance. Yunus has received several other national and international honors, including the United States Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2009 and the Congressional Gold Medal in 2010. Yunus is one of just seven individuals who have been awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, the United States Presidential Medal of Freedom, and the United States Congressional Gold Medal. Muhammad Yunus, the Honorable Muhammad Yunus, fifth Chief Advisor of Bangladesh, incumbent, Agent Office, 8 August 2024, President Muhammad Shabaddin, preceded by Sheikh Hasina as Prime Minister. Personal details: born 28 June 1940, age 84, Hathrajari, Bengal, British India. Citizenship, British Indian, 1940 to 1947. Pakistani, 1947 to 1971. Bangladeshi, 1971 to present. Nationality, Bangladeshi. Political party independent, 2007 to present. Other political affiliation, Nagoric Shakti, 2007. Spouses, Vera Boroshtenko, 1970, and divorced 1979. Afro G Yunis, married 19 1983. Children Monica, Dina. Relatives Muhammad Ibrahim, brother. Education University of Dhaka. BA, MA, Vanderbilt University PhD. Occupation economist entrepreneur. Awards Olympic laurel 2020, Congressional Gold Medal 2010, Presidential Medal of Freedom 2009, Nobel Peace Prize 2006, Independence Award 1987. Signature, and these are some of the things, okay, that's very much important about Muhammad Yunus. Right now, see, and right now he has been chosen as leader, major leader, let's say, what to say, yeah, he is a preference from the student, okay, so he has given the responsibility after the chaos, after the toppling down of the Sheikh Hasina right now. So it is very much important to know more about him. In 2012, he became Chancellor of Glasgow Caledonian University in Scotland, a position he held until 2008. Previously, he was a professor of economics at Chittagong University in Bangladesh. He published several books related to his finance work. He is a founding board member of Grameen America and Grameen Foundation, which support micro credit. Yunus also served on the board of directors of the United Nations Foundation, a public charity to support UN causes from 1998 to 2021. In 2022, he partnered with the Global Esports Federation to build esports for the development movement. After dissolving parliament on August 6, 2024, Bangladeshi President Mohammad Shahabuddin nominated Yunus to serve as head of the interim government of Bangladesh by student demands following the resignation of a former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. His acquittal on appeal the following day of charges of labor code violation viewed as a politically motivated facilitate his return to the country and appointment. He assumed the office as chief advisor to the interim government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh on August 8, 2024. Early life and education. The third of the nine children, Muhammad Yunus, was born on 28 June 1940 to a Bengali family of Muslim Shaudagars in the village of Batua by the Kapthai Road at Hatajari in the Chittagong district of Bengal Presidency, now in Bangladesh. His father was Haji Muhammadullah Mia Shaudagar, a jeweler, and his mother was Shufia Khatun. His early childhood was spent in the village. In 1944, his family moved to a city of Chittagong and moved from his village school to Lama Bajar Primary School. By 1949, his mother was afflicted with the psychological illness. Later, he passed the matriculation examination from Chittagong Collegiate School, ranking 6th of 39,000 students in East Pakistan. During his school years, he was an active Boy Scout and traveled to West Pakistan and India in 1952, to Canada in 1955 to attend Jamborees. Later, while Yunus was studying at Chittagong College, he became active in cultural activities and won awards for drama. In 1957, he enrolled in the Department of Economics at Dhaka University and completed his BA in 1960 and MA in 1961. After graduation, After his graduation, Yunus joined the Bureau of Economics as a research assistant to the economics researches of Nurul Islam and Rahman Chauvin. Later, he was appointed lecturer in economics in Chittagong, set up a profitable packaging factory on the site. In 1965, he received a Fulbright scholarships to study in the United States. He obtained his PhD in economics from the Vanderbilt University Graduate Program in Economic Development GPED in 1971 from 1969 to 1972. Eunice was assistant professor of economics at Middle Teens State University in Murfreesboro. During the Bangladesh Liberation War in 1971, Yunus founded a citizens committee and ran the Bangladesh Information Center with other Bangladeshis in the United States to raise support for liberation. He also published the Bangladesh newsletter from his home in Nashville. After the war, he returned to Bangladesh and was appointed to the government's planning commission headed by the Nurul Islam. However, he found the job boring and resigned to join Chicago University as the head of the economics department. After observing the famine of 1974, he became involved in poverty reduction and established a rural economic program as a research project. In 1975, he developed a Navayug, New Era, Tovaga Kramer, a three-year firm which the government adopted as a packaged input program. In order to make the project more effective, Yunus and his associates proposed the Gram Sharkar, the village government program introduced by the President Ziaur Rahman. Ziaur Rahman in the late 1970s, the government formed 40,392 village government as a fourth layer of government in 2003. On August 2nd, 2005, in response to the petition by the Bangladesh Legal Aid and Services Trust, BLAST, the High Court declared a village governments illegal and unconstitutional. His concept of micro credit for supporting innovators in multiple developing countries also inspired programs such as InfoLady Social Entrepreneurs Program. Early career. In 1976, during visits to the poorest households in the village of Jobra near Chittagong University, Eunice discovered that very small loans could make a disproportionate difference to a poor person. Village women who made bamboo furniture had to take usurious loans to buy bamboo and repay their profit to the lenders. Traditional banks did not want to make tiny loans at reasonable interest to the poor due to high risks of default, but Eunice believed that given the chance the poor will not need to pay high interest on the money, can keep any profit from their own labor, and hence microcredit was a viable business model. Eunice lived 27 US dollar of his money to 42 women in the village who made a profit of VT 0.50 USD 0.02 each of the loan. Thus, Eunice is credited with the idea of microcredit. In December 1976, Eunice finally secured a loan from the government Janta Bank to lend the poor in Jovra. The institution continued to operate, securing loans from other banks for his projects. By 1982, it had 20,000 members. On 1st October 1982, the pilot project began operation as a full-fledged bank for four Bangladeshis and was renamed Grameen Bank Village Bank by July 2007. Grameen had issued 6.38 US dollar, 6.38 billion US dollar to 7.4 million borrowers to ensure repayment. The bank uses a system of solidarity groups. These small informal groups apply together for loans, and its members act as a co-guarantor of repayment and support one another's effort at economic self-advancement. In the late 1980s, a Grameen started diversify by tending to underutilized fishing ponds and irrigation pumps like deep tube wells. In 1989, these diversified interests started growing into separate organizations. The Fisheries Project became Grameen Matso Grameen Fisheries Foundations, and the irrigation project became Grameen Krishi Grameen Agriculture Foundation. In time, the Grameen initiative grew into a multifaceted group of profitable and non-profitable ventures, including major projects like Grameen Trust and Grameen Fund, which runs equity projects like Grameen Software Limited, Grameen Savanit Limited, and Grameen Knitwear Limited, as well as Grameen Telecom, which has a stake in Grameen Phone GP, the biggest private phone company in Bangladesh. From its start in March 1997 to 2007, GP Village Phone Polyphone project has brought cell phone ownership to 260,000 rural poor in over 50,000 villages. The success of a Grameen microfinance model inspired similar efforts in about 100 developing countries, and even in developed countries including the United States. Many microcredit projects written Grameen's emphasizes of leading to women. More than 94% of the Grameen loans have gone to women who suffer disproportionately from the poverty, and who are more likely than men to devote their earnings to their families. For his work with a Grameen, Yunus was named as Asoka Innovators for the Public Global Academy member in 2010. In the book Grameen Social Business Model, its author Rashidul Bari said the Grameen social business model GSBM has gone from being theory to an inspiring practice adopted by leading university Glasgow entrepreneurs, that is Frank Rebound and Corporation, that is Diano, across the globe. Through Grameen Bank, Rashidul Bari claims that Yunus demonstrated how Grameen social business model can harness the entrepreneurial spirit to empower poor women and alleviate their poverty. One conclusion Bari suggested to draw from Yuni's concept is that the poor are like a bonsai tree, and they can do big things if they get access to the social business that holds potential to empower them to become self-sufficient. Political recognition. Yunus was rewarded the 2006 Nobel Peace Prize along with the Grameen Bank for their efforts to create economic and social development. Muhammad Yunus has shown himself to be a leader who has managed to translate visions into practical action for the benefit of millions of people, not only in Bangladesh but also in many other countries. Loans to poor people without any financial security had appeared to be an impossible idea from modest beginnings 3 decades ago. Yunus had first and foremost through Grameen Bank developed microcredit into an even more important instrument in the struggle against poverty. Norwegian Nobel Committee. Yunus was the first Bangladeshi to ever get a Nobel Prize. After receiving the news of the important award, Yunus announced that he would use a part of his share of the 1.4 million US dollar, equivalent to 2.12 million US 2.12 million US in 2023 award money to create a company to make low cost, high nutrition food for the poor, while the rest would go towards establishing a Science and Technology University in his home district as well as setting up an eye hospital for the poor in Bangladesh. Former US President Bill Clinton was a vocal advocate for the awarding of the Nobel Prize to Eunice. He expressed this in Rolling Stone magazine as well as in his autobiography My Life in a speech given at University of California, Berkeley in 2010. President Clinton described Eunice as a man who long ago should have won the a Nobel Prize in Economics, and I will keep saying that until they finally give it to him. Conversely, The Economist stated explicitly that while Eunice was doing excellent work to fight poverty, it was not up, up, uh, appropriate to award him the Peace Prize, stating the Nobel Committee could have made a braver, more difficult choice by declaring that there would be no recipient at all. He is one of the only seven persons to have won the Nobel Peace Prize, Presidential Medal of the Freedom, and Congressional Gold Medal. Other notable awards include the Ramon Magasheshe Award in 1984, the World Food Prize, the International Simon Bolivar Prize, the Prince of Asturias Award for Concord, and the Sydney Peace Prize in 1998, and the Seoul Peace Prize in 2008. Additionally, Eunice has been awarded 50 honorary doctorate degrees from the university across 20 countries and 130 international awards from 26 countries, including the state honors from 10 countries. Bangladesh government brought out a commemorative stamp to honor his Nobel Award. Eunice was named by Fortune magazine in March 2012 as one of the 12 greatest entrepreneurs of the current era. In its citation, Fortune magazine said Eunice's idea inspired countless number of young people to devote themselves to social causes all over the world. In January 2008, Houston, Texas declared 14 January as Muhammad Yunus Day. Yunus was named among the most desired thinkers and the world should listen to by the FP 100 world's most influential elite in the December 2009 Series of Foreign Policy magazine. In 2010, the British magazine New Statesman listed Eunice at 40th in the list of the world's 50 most influential figures 2010. Eunice received 50 honorary doctorate degrees from the university from Argentina, Australia, Bangladesh, Belgium, Canada, Costa Rica, India, Italy, Japan, Korea, Lebanon, Malaysia, Peru, Russia, South Africa, Spain, Thailand, Turkey, the United Kingdom, and the United States. United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon invited Eunice to serve as MDG advocate. Eunice sits on the board of United Nations Foundation, Shakwa Foundation's Prince Albert II of Monaco Foundation's Grameen Credit Agricole Microcredit Foundation. He has been a member of Foundation Chirac's Honor Committee ever since the foundation was launched in 2008 by former French President Jacques Chirac in order to promote world peace. Yunus has become a well-known international figure. He has delivered numerous lectures around the world and has appeared on popular television shows including The Daily Show with Jon Stewart and the Oprah Winfrey Show in 2006, The Colbert Report in 2008, Real Time with the Bill Murchers in 2009, and The Simpsons in 2010. On Google, Eunice was one of the most followed people worldwide with over 2 million followers. He has played a key advisory role in the Paris 2024 Olympics, promoting social business principles and encouraging sustainable, socially responsible projects. His influence led to the initiatives like prioritizing social businesses in the public tenders and integrating social housing into the athletes' village redevelopment. Political career. In early 2006, Yunus, along with his other members of the civil society, including Chauvin, Muhammad Rahman, Kamal Hossein, Matur Rahman, Mahmoud Anam, and Devapriya Bhattacharya participate in a campaign for host and clean candidates in national election. He considered entering politics in the latter part of that year. On 11 February 2007, Yunus wrote an open letter published in the Bangladeshi newspaper Daily Star, where he asked citizens for view on his plan to flood a political party to establish political goodwill, proper leadership, and good governance. In the letter, he called on everyone to briefly outline how he should go about the talks and how they can contribute to it. Yunus finally announced that he is willing to launch a political tentatively called Citizens Power Nagorik Shakti on 18 February 2007. There was speculation that the army supported a move by Yunus into politics. On 3rd May, however, Yunus declared that he had decided to abandon his political plans following a meeting with the head of the interim government, Fakhruddin Ahmed. In July 2007, in Johannesburg, South Africa, Nelson Mandela, Graca Mitchell, and Desmond Tutu convened a group of the world leaders to contribute their wisdom, independent leaderships, and integrity to tackle some of the world's toughest problems. Nelson Mandela announced the formation of this new group, the elders, in a speech he delivered on the occasion of his 89th birthday. Yunus attended the launch of the group and was one of its founding members. He stepped down as an elder in September 2009, stating that was unable to do justice to his membership due to the demands of his work. Yunus is a member of Africa Progress Panel (APP), a group of 10 distinguished individuals who advocate at the highest levels for equitable and sustainable development in Africa. Every year, the panel releases a report, the Africa Progress Report, that outlines in issues of immediate importance to the continent and suggests a set of associated policies. In July 2009, Yunus became a member of the HNV Netherlands Development Organization International Advisory Board to support the organization's poverty reduction work. Since 2010, Yunus has served as commissioner for the World Bank Commission for Digital Development, a UN initiative which seeks to use broadband internet services to accelerate social and economic development. In March 2016, he has appointed by the United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon to high-level commission to health, employment, and economic growth, which was co-chaired by President François Hollande of France and Jacob Zuma of South Africa, following the Rohingya genocide in 2006 to 2007. Yunus urged Myanmar to end violence against Rohingya Muslims. Advisor to the caretaker government in 1996, Muhammad Yunus served as an advisor to the caretaker government led by the former Chief Justice Muhammad Habibur Rahman. He was responsible for overseeing the Minister of Primary and Mass Education, the Minister of the Science and Technology, and the Minister of Environment and Forest. Chief Advisor of Bangladesh. Amid 2024 Bangladesh quota reform movement protest in Bangladesh, Yunus expressed support for the student and his distaste of the current government. And in August 2024, after the resignation of Sheikh Hasina and her departure to India, it was announced that Yunus would be chief advisor of the interim government. Muhammad Yunus was appointed as the transitional leader of the interim government on 7 August 2024 by the President Muhammad Shabuddin. On 8 August 2024, he took the oath and has been serving as chief advisor of the 2024 Bangladesh interim government. Yunus threatened to resign should be violence continue and vowed to crack down on conspirators. Okay, these are some of the important information about Muhammad Yunus. And you people are there, and you have your right to know more about him as well. So in the coming live streaming, I will definitely gonna talk more about and the related issues and the current issues that you all people are very much interested, and you are waiting with the eye open. Okay, as you motivational speaker, lifeline coach, lifeline champion, and a YouTuber blogger is here to, spread the information and spread the love of matches that will gonna, support you all people and gonna help you all people in a positive way. And we are definitely in the, transition sort of phase to, you know, stepping on the sustainable development that we people around the world are waiting. Okay, thank you so much, and thank you everyone for giving such an immense passion and also your pristine time to see and understand this episode through this Bobby show. And thank you so much. Now the entire world is in the state of agitation, in the state of dissatisfaction, and there are a lot of imbalances in the political level, in the social level, and everywhere there is chaos. There is no stable sort of situation going on over here. And what right now we can feel is that the agitation, the protests that is especially done and focused on the periphery of the student around in Bangladesh is the fiery example to the whole history of the world. The nation is that we cannot tolerate the dictatorial sort of rule. We cannot tolerate the imbalances and discrimination regarding the facilities that the government should provide to the underprivileged people, including minorities and the students who are working very hard. These are the examples that have already shown by the very strongest protest by the student towards the towards the government, that if that very agitation, that very protest of the student and the group of that people or a crowd had been taken seriously, then definitely, my beautiful friends, such incident would not be happened, like feeling Sheikh Hasina to the other countries, India, and taking asylum right now in Canada. no, in UK, that means in United Kingdom would not happen, but this is the demand of the this is the demand of the time. It is the demand of the student, that sort of incident, that sort of revolution must happen. And all in all, the 15 years of regime or tenure of Sheikh Hasina has been toppled down by the power of a student. From this very incident, what we people need to understand is that no matter what you people, powerful people, are exercising your power, sitting or belonging in your position, there will definitely gonna the strongest agitation, strongest protest, strongest violence from the people. And people power is the most significant power that nobody gonna resist it. All in all, that will gonna burst like the volcano. And in volcano there will definitely gonna come lava, and definitely your existence will be dismissed, and your existence will be ruined, and you cannot come back and bounce back. Okay, this is the message that I am giving right now, and this is my personal concern as well. As a conscious civic, it is our right to know more about what's going on, and what we need to know more about the influential people like Muhammad Yunus and other legendary figure, or the beautiful influential people who have given their whole life the service, giving service, delivering the services to the people like us. So congratulations to our Muhammad Yunus. At least right now his contribution to the people has been noticed right now and felt by the student. Thank you so much.